part that kills me is that you guys still don't believe me when I say you don't need a degree to become an interior designer. But like, I did it, and so did some of the biggest names in the country that you know. I have been dying to try these. Let's talk about why I went into commercial interior design as opposed to residential. Whoa. It's like floral mango creamsicle. So cold. Whew. I chose commercial interior design for a few reasons. Number one, at first, it wasn't on purpose. As I tell most of you, you have to know your personality. And second of all, when you first start off, be open to anything because you need to build a portfolio and experience, and you can't usually choose what kind of interior design you want to go into until you have a feel for a lot of different things. I just designed wherever I could get a job designing, and I don't mean a job being hired by a firm. I mean freelancing, working for clients, getting small projects where I could. And if you want to know where you can, I talk more about that in the Degreeless Design course. I did some residential jobs first, and they went very well. How did I end up in commercial design? Well, I got a taste for commercial and then understood the difference, realized that I like that better for the most part. It's really one of the best things I think I've ever had. What was the difference from my perspective between residential and commercial? Well, one of the downsides can be, not always, with high-end residential, you can have access to a lot of creative outlets. Do some really, really cool things with custom. Less so in most commercial, and I say most because hospitality, the hotel industry, is also commercial. In the right hospitality project, you have so much creative reign. Big budgets for it. That's why I say sometimes. Plus side of doing a commercial job is that your clients are much less involved, generally speaking. I developed a workflow to get the projects from A to Z that worked really, really well, and everybody moved out of the way and let me do it. I also realized that I was very, very good at getting a read on what the project scope was, what the end user experience would be. And if you want to know more about this, I talk about it in some of my other videos. It was the psychology behind it. When my clients on board at the very beginning, we get it very, very clear what their end user experience, what the environment needs to be. And then we get the budget really, really clear. And then they step away. Then I give them the design direction, and then they sign off on it and they step away again. And I get to run the whole project without having to micromanage a lot of different personalities. Whereas residential can be more like going shopping for a sofa with somebody who has opinions on whether or not the sofa has buttons. That doesn't work for me. I chose to go into design because I like the flow of the work and the way I interacted with my clients. I like that better than some of the residential stuff where there was much more involvement, much more approval processes, much more communication, much more emotions. So commercial worked for me, but everybody's different. So you have to figure out what works for you. This works for me.